What's up, everyone? Welcome to the August 25th edition of FanDuel Tournament Plays presented by PrizePicks. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoneyDFS. And as a reminder, use the code AWESOMO when you sign up and make a deposit at PrizePicks. You'll receive a 100% deposit bonus up to $100 on your first deposit, in addition to one free month of Stokastic Plus Platinum when you sign up and make a deposit. We have a 6-game MLB slate tonight. As always, we're going to take a look at 3 of the top tournament stacks and 3 of the top tournament pitchers using the top stacks tool and the top pitchers tool on the Stokastic.com website. Starting with the top stacks, number 3, the Chicago White Sox are taking on Jordan Lyles tonight in Baltimore. Lyles has been pretty average this year, striking out 19.4% of hitters with a 4.45 xFIP while allowing 1.2 home runs per 9. He has had more issues with left-handed hitters than right-handed hitters, which isn't surprising. Most of the White Sox lineup is expected to be right-handed, but they do still have some solid bats in that lineup. Overall, they have a 109 WRC plus and 138 ISO on their active roster. They're projected for 10% ownership with a 9% chance of being the top scoring stack, but also a 12% chance of being the top value stack. Number 2, the Houston Astros are taking on Chris Archer tonight in Houston. The Astros are projected for 7% ownership with a 10% chance of being the top scoring stack. Archer has struck out 20.5% of hitters with a 4.54 xFIP so far this season. The Astros active roster has a 119 WRC plus and 184 ISO. And number 1, the New York Yankees taking on James Kaprielian tonight in Oakland. Favorable park for pitching. That's about the only thing working against the Yankees, as Kaprielian has been awful this year. He's only struck out 16.4% of hitters. He has a 5.25 xFIP. He's allowed 1.34 home runs per 9. And the Yankees active roster has a 118 WRC plus with a 169 ISO. They're only projected for 7% ownership with a 12% chance of being the top scoring stack. Now, before we take a look at the top 3 tournament pitchers, we do have a new promo code for viewers of these videos. That promo code is ADAMMLB. You can find it written at the top of the screen. Use it. Get 50% off Stokastic Plus weekly. This offer is available for new users only, but if you haven't already signed up for Stokastic Plus, take advantage. You'll get access to behind the paywall data, including the top stacks tool and the top pitchers tool that I reference in these videos. Again, that's promo code ADAMMLB. Use it and get 50% off Stokastic Plus weekly. Now, taking a look at the top 3 tournament pitchers, number 3, Kevin Gausman. $10,500 price tag tonight against the Red Sox. Mediocre matchup. The Red Sox active roster has a 103 WRC plus and a 21.7% strikeout percentage, but they do also have a few guys that are banged up, so there's a chance we get a watered-down Red Sox lineup. Even if we don't, it's a decent spot for Gausman, who has struck out 27.7% of hitters with a 2.83 xFIP so far this season. And again, only projected for 3% ownership. Number 2, Luis Garcia facing the Minnesota Twins. Garcia has struck out 25% of hitters with a 3.76 xFIP so far this season. The Twins active roster has a 111 WRC plus and a 19.3% strikeout percentage, but it's also likely that Buxton is not in the lineup, which waters it down quite a bit. Garcia is projected for about 8% ownership with a 12% chance of being the top scoring pitcher. And number 1, Jacob Degrom. Very expensive $12,500 price tag tonight against the Rockies, but he has struck out 45.7% of hitters through his first 4 starts this year. That number is going to come down going forward, but he's been one of the best pitchers in baseball for a very long time and appears to, if anything, have gotten better in his return from injury. He has a good matchup against the Rockies as well, who only have a 78 WRC plus and a 23.2% strikeout percentage on their active roster outside of Coors Field this season. DeGrom is projected for 23% ownership, but that's about half of the ownership that Aaron Nola is getting, and he has a 15% chance of being the top scoring pitcher. So to recap, the top 3 tournament stacks: number 3, the Chicago White Sox; number 2, the Houston Astros; and number 1, the New York Yankees. And the top 3 tournament pitchers: number 3, Kevin Gausman; number 2, Luis Garcia; and number 1, Jacob Degrom.